Good evening, ma'am. I am PGP Senate BS Marine Engineering third year. I am here to tackle about results, analysis, and discussion of my research entitled Challenges Experienced by BS Marine 3 Students Amidst Pandemic in Performance of Practical Assessment and Activities in Marine Engineering Program. And here is the results and analysis. Problem 1. What are the challenges faced by the students of BS Marine 3? Table 1. Table 1 shows that the biggest challenges to the BS Marine 3 students in this modular learning system is that they don't have the right tools for laboratory tasks are done at home. Since 13 out of 20 respondents have answered every time, 5 answered sometimes, and 2 for never. It is followed by the problem that the respondents could not follow the instructions well in the module. That has 11 students answered every time, 5 answered sometimes, and 4 only answered never. Then the next problem of the student is that they don't have enough money to buy tools or props for experience in laboratory tasks that are performed at home. It has 10 votes that answered every time, 6 in sometimes, and 4 only answered never. Next is that they do not have connections or connectivity to the internet, which has only 5 answered every time but has 9 students that answered sometimes and only 4 answered never. Lastly is that they could not use the proper gadgets to be used. It has only 1 student have answered every time and has 10 students that answered sometimes and 9 students answered never. For problem 2. Problem 2 are the BS Marine 3 students satisfied with the outcomes of the modular learning system. Table 2 shows that most of the respondents have answered no when asked about are they satisfied with the outcomes of the modular learning system in your course, and only 9 of the respondents answered they are satisfied. Most of the respondents are not satisfied in this modular learning system because as a maritime student, the respondents could not properly learn by just watching videos on social media platforms and answering hundreds of pages of modules. The respondents need an on-hand laboratory operation and training so that the respondents can build their knowledge and skills in their future jobs as a seafarer. For problem 3. Problem 3 stated that what were the ways did by the BS Marine 3 students to counter those challenges? In Table 3, it shows that the top 3 ways to counter the challenges of BS Marine 3 students are making their laboratory and class works by group with their classmates, make alternative ways to get the proper tools and props by borrowing from people that have it, and find sideline jobs to gain money for the production of tools and props. Continuously, when it comes to the issue of gadgets, the counter of the student is to use other people's gadgets or to go into computer shops just to log in to their class. And here is the discussion. Number 1. The challenges that are usually faced by BS Marine 3 students affects the students' ways to understand well and gather the knowledge that they may acquire in their classes. The first challenges to the student is that they don't have the right tools and props in their house to be used in their laboratory classes. This is a true problem among BSMARI students, since most of the students have no exact tools to be used in a particular laboratory assessment. Additionally, if the students buy tools, they can be able to use it only once and the tools would be worthless. The second challenge to the student is that they have no exact money or enough money to buy, load, or anything that could be used in their laboratory assessment. Since we are still under pandemic, The third challenge to the student is that they often could not follow instructions well because they do not have any expert that could guide them all throughout the laboratory, not like on the face-to-face classes. The other two challenges might be for all students, not just BSMARI student or maritime student, since some students do not have the right connection to the internet and some has no gadgets at all. Number 2. Most of the respondents are not satisfied in this modular learning system because as a maritime student, the respondents could not properly learn by just watching videos on social media platforms and answering hundreds of pages of modules. The respondents need on-hand laboratory operations and training so that the respondents can build their knowledge and skills in their future jobs as a seafarer. Number 3. There are lots of things to do to be able to counter the challenges that the students may use to solve it. But these top 3 answers of the students are from the easiest and the most accurate. Since they do not have the right tools to perform the laboratory assessment and projects, they usually buy one for every type of tools that would be used by all of them so that they could pay a lower price to it. Since the respondents also do not have sustainable source of income amidst this pandemic, the respondents usually work together during their laboratory classes so that they could discuss the instructions well so that the margin of errors in their laboratory projects could be lessened. Also for the students that clearly do not have the right gadgets and enough money to buy gadgets or connectivity to the internet, the whole class would contribute so that the student that has no connectivity could go to nearby computer shops to be able to connect to the online classes and online laboratory assessment.